Man, I can't believe they got a traffic jam at the boat ramp. And we're about to do this thing Da Vinci style. I'm going to lower this thing right here. I had to climb in through this last year. When I had all those bags, I couldn't keep waiting like an hour for the boat ramp because there was a long line. So I carried the bags up this incline right here. Da Vinci style. I'm trying to see, there's a landing right there I can stand on. It's where people come out to fish. You can tell because of the trail. First things first, look for snakes. Ain't got time to get bit. We need to make time to chill. Who's ready to glide this thing down the embankment? See, Da Vinci style. That easy. Here comes another truck with another big boat. They got the fam and everything. Would you look at that? Home free now. Heck yeah. We are in. That didn't take too long. You saw how simple it was just to lower that thing in. It probably would have been a little bit more difficult if the waters were 4 feet lower, like they usually are when I come out here. Great decision. You got to use the mind right, in the right way. Starting to get more beautiful as the time goes along. But it's always beautiful out here. I haven't been to this side before. After all these years coming out here, I've never traced this side. You know, just make a right from the boat ramp and you're just like right here. You got the river sand place right here. Makes me wonder about the stuff that they get out of the river with all that vacuuming and silt collection. You know what I mean? They probably have a collection of a lifetime. Enough to make a museum out here. I could be wrong though. I'm just saying. You know me, I'm always that type of person where I just always want to believe that there's something more to everything than there really is. You know? There's got to be more to everything that we know that exists. Different kind of life for me this go around, you know. Trying to find a different kind of truth. I guess what I'm trying to say is I just want to believe, that's it. I want to believe in something more powerful, something more spiritual. How do these rocks get here? I mean, I don't know if it was from the road department when they were making the road and they were just doing the grading and stuff. And it's just something that was dumped here, you know. Or is it natural? Let me go ahead and get it. Something needs to be collected out here. Yeah, I'm not gonna go too far today. I just want to chill in the water, trying to improve the tan, you know. Get this thing going for the entirety of the summer. They always make me see this kind of stuff out here. Got a green bottle right here. Oh, yippee. I know, I'm following EVPs. I talk about it all the time. There's something about what's going on out here. It has to do with the garbage. Nature keeps track of the garbage, it seems like. It seems like they keep track of the garbage more than they keep track of everything else. I don't understand that though. What does anything have to do with the garbage? Why do they not like the garbage? Well, I can see why they don't like the garbage, but someone passed by on a boat, of course, so I'm getting waves out the yin yang over here. And I can't gain my balance. I'm getting tossed around like a rag doll, kind of. They're probably going to pass by again when they see me struggling over here. Don't pull the load out. Dang it. What a beautiful bottle. Gotta leave the glass ones though so we can find them hundreds of years from now, you know. Glass is nature. Hold on, there's another one. Yeah, it's like fishing, guys. Look at that. It's like a different kind of fishing. If that's the case, then we hit it right all the time. Yeah, but I mean, I can't stop thinking about the stuff that they talk about in the videos, guys. I think they want me to make my videos to help the human race understand they got to go out and pick up the garbage. Trying to see if they're going to be speaking out here with the frequency, but I'm too close to the road, too close to the lapping noise of the water against the bank. But I swear, up and down, there's got to be something. There's something about the garbage. I know it's something that they don't like, but it's almost like they pay very close attention when it comes to the human race and the stuff that they have like this, you know? Noise pollution, hold on. Had to cover the speakers before covering my ears. But I tell you all the time that they record everything. And it's almost like they record every single thing we do with whatever we have or we leave out, even what we take out. Okay, so let me tell you this story. This was back in fall, I think late October, early November. And I went to Stone Mountain Park as always. And I was pulling in one of the backside parking lots over there by the lake, you know? And there were a couple of people fishing. And I was filming like a little skit as I pulled into the parking lot, made a left-hand turn into the parking lot. And I was trying to drive at the same time and pay attention to the bump, making sure I was pulling in real smooth, you know? And someone on audio said, "That man's not picking up his trash. That man's not picking up his trash." And it was probably one of the very first EVPs I got in the video when I was starting to record and stuff. They see everything, man. And they record everything. But why would they say it to me though? Why would they say something like that to me? Why would they care that well, what am I trying to say? Why would they care to tell me something like that, you know? It's like they were telling on the person to me. And I looked at the video and I'm like, who are they talking about? I didn't see anybody when I was pulling in the parking lot. But there was like a group of people at like the bench table, but they were out of frame. That's the thing that got me. They were out of frame of the video. They weren't even seen within the video. But they chime in and say, "That man's not picking up his trash." The more I hear them say stuff like that, whoever they are, man, they got me picking up every single trash I come across. There's something about the trash. And they find it very important out here in places like all over the place, not just out here, but all over the place. It's a very important issue to them. What is it about the trash? One thing I want to know is, do they consider glass and metal trash? Or paper products, you know? It's cardboard trash. It's made from nature, you know? It is nature, just like paper. I'd like to know what kind of trash that guy left behind or didn't pick up. That's a strange thing too. Hold on. That's a strange thing too that I gotta think about. What if that guy was there for another 3 or 4 hours? And they said that man's not picking up his trash. As if he was leaving it. Or leaving for the day, you know. It's almost like they're expecting you to pick up the trash even when you're going to stay there for a long time. They don't want to see it. They don't even want it out there. There are a lot of things we've got to figure out before it gets too late, I guess. Who knows what's going to happen if it gets worse? If we don't listen to them, you know? That's what scares me most. Like down in Brazil, Africa, Middle America, other places, when people do illegal dumping in the United States, go out to the country roads and drop their piles of garbage on the side of a dirt road in heavenly places to make it nature's problem. When you watch those heartbreaking videos of people in Venezuela or places around the Amazon River, and they dump loads and loads and loads in garbage trucks, dump truck loads of garbage into their waterways. All over the world. What's going to happen if we don't fix it? That's what worries me most. It's almost like the most important right now to nature itself is for us to clean up the mess and make it stop before they make it stop. We're coming in hot, like the GSP. At least they have better maneuvering skills than I do. I mean, there's like 35, 40 bottles over there on the other side of the river. There's like 3 boats also. They're following the route of the river. You can always see the flow line with the debris and stuff like that. Like about 4 days ago when I was out here till like 10 o'clock picking up the garbage out of the river, trying to stay close to the boat ramp, invisible for the other boats to see us. Not like I have a bright flashlight on my boat or something, bright light. There's something blue over here I'm trying to get. It's probably a lighter, probably a glove, probably a doggy poop bag. Nothing interesting. Probably an ice pack. I always find a lot of those in places like this. From somebody's cooler. Probably the boat ramp. Maybe it's a toy gun. Well, would you look at that? What are the odds of it being something like that? Go figure, it's an ice pack from a cooler. Yep. Hey, it matches the kayak kind of. Isn't that cool? Hope you don't mind my little garbage pickup videos when I'm in the kayak. I see something. I came all the way over here for a little tiny piece of styrofoam. Oh man. Bottom of a cup. No, it's a rubber ducky. Another one. Not out here, but you know what I mean. Usually find these things in creeks and stuff. Hold on. I know you're obscured. That one's got something going on with the head. Yeah. Cool recovery. It's got an ice cream cone with a cherry on top. Or whipped cream with cherry on top of his head. That kind of... Look around, there could be more. Anybody want a free 2x4? Got another corner coming up, another backup spot. I can't even imagine what's going to be in here. You're going to have all the stuff coming off the road, the drainage ditch that they designed with all the rocks, the riprap, and it backs up in the corner over here. I bet there's 1,000 bottles up in here. Only 0.5% is going to be glass. I don't even want to look. I mean, from a distance, you don't ever see places like this from way over there. The coverage is too perfect. Uh-oh. Yeah, it probably goes way up in there too. Yep, exactly what I thought it was going to be. And it's covered in muscadine vines too. I bet there's like a whole bunch of like plastic and styrofoam blocks up here. I'm not going to clean it up today. I promise I'll clean it up before the summer's out, like I did last year. All up and down the river, all these little backup zones. More than 100 bags worth. Yeah, I bet this stuff goes all the way through out there. Snake heaven up in here. For the long ones. You don't ever know what you're going to come across when you come across the kudzu. A lot of things could hide up in here, you know. Got to be careful around these places. Not like I'll be jumping in that just to pick up a bottle. They'll say you better. Maybe I got to reword some things when I say certain things in my videos. Like just back here, I said, I promise I'll come back to get the garbage. Not today, it's going to be another day. We got plenty of time. Or do we? And I was thinking about something though. Maybe I should reword it, rephrase it. Instead of saying, I promise, why don't I say something like, I wish? I wish I can come back a few times this summer and take the garbage out. Get it. Pick it up. I wish I can. Maybe I should consider doing that. I should consider doing something like that. Oh, look. It's a green snake. The cute ones. I know camouflage, can't see them. My bad, little guy. I bet they're all up in this thing. The whole family. About time I made it over here to see what's up. Nothing but the kudzu. Yeah, but I'm telling you what. I mean, there's something about wishing when it comes to these out here. Well, it boils down to this video I did back in February. I just completed a thing the other night when I went out to clean some wooded location. And I was talking about something in general. And I knew I was out there to clean. But I think it was at the end of the day, sun was going down and I was out of bags. And there was multiple of them out there. It's like they were with me. I did an EVP session. And at the very end of the EVP session, someone chimes in and says, summertime. You made a wish. And they screamed out, let's go. Summertime, you made a wish. And it was back in February when they said that. Summertime, you made a wish. And I know exactly what wish I made. To have the time to come back and clean up that zone that I was staying in at that time. To clean it up. I'll never forget the wish that I made. I wish I had the time to clean it up. To come back out. To pick up the garbage. That's been sitting out there for decades. It was weird how they said it though. It's almost like they didn't say a date. They didn't say a time. They said a season. Summertime. You made a wish. That was very strange to me. Summertime, you made a wish. As you can tell, it's getting crowded out here. There's a lot of fine-grained sand up there. Let's hope they go through it with a fine-tooth comb, for real. Who knows what they might find. Sift it like you would never believe. The birds are trying to tell me to pick this mess up. Man, this is a danger zone. I don't want my legs crushed by some giant logs. Dang, look at the size of that cooler right there, man. Yeah, this place is backed up for real. Man, this place looks entirely old school for real. Hey, there's the sifter right there. I mean, I'm not going to say they find much. I mean, this is Georgia. Over the course of the last 15, 20 years, they probably found a couple hundred maybe. Probably a bunch of little tiny broken shards of pottery. Maybe if they were lucky enough, they would find like one 4-inch long spear tip with a chip or two. Maybe once a year, maybe. It's not like Kentucky and Missouri. They probably find a crap load of a bunch of little tiny ones, though, little tiny white ones. I mean, not bird points, but you know, Mora Mountains. About an inch long. I can't even imagine, really. That's a big A thing for real. It's a scary looking thing. You ever seen that thing folded up? I think I saw it out here last year. Maybe a couple of years ago. It wasn't really folded up. It was like kind of like angled. It wasn't completely flat like that. Scary looking thing. Get ready for it. Here comes the waves. Dang, bro. Oh boy. I mean, those weren't too bad. Maybe the worst is yet to come. Well, let me rephrase that. Maybe the best is yet to come. See, this is the kind of stuff I'm out here to see today. Try to find more places like this. Outcroppings and stuff that go way up the hillside. Also trying to see if I could spot some more 250-year-old oak trees. Any kind of tree, to be honest with you. Here she comes right here. Here comes the wave maker. I mean, here come the waves. You can tell because of the engine. Whenever you see that kind of boat and the back side of it is practically underwater and they're pushing forward like this and it's got that sound to the motor, you know what's coming. Had to find my way into more quiet waters. First inset on the right. Oh yeah, this place is gonna be jacked up. I can feel it already. I can feel the energy of working. How strange that sounds though. I mean, I can feel the energy. The overexertion of the energy out here. Being forced to surround it to break it down, try to break it down into nothingness. I can't tell people. Well, I know people come out here. I don't know if people come down from roads or what to come fish or whatever they choose to do. Gotta learn all about that balance. Man, my kayak is getting loaded down. I'm trying to get out so I can put all this stuff in the garbage bag. Stuff everywhere. I know a good majority of this stuff is caused by the backup of the water. Wonder if there's going to be a yellow one. I definitely needed that little break. Whoever needs a break from sitting. Stand up and stretch, like the 7th inning stretch. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have plenty to clean up later. I know there's entities out here who are always working hard to try to degrade it down. Or tell me right now to just go in and get started with it. Gonna have to save it for later. I'm not gonna say the entire summer. I gotta pick and choose a couple weekends here and there. Most likely towards the end of the summer, before they close the boat ramp, come out here and spend a couple weekends just getting it all out. Yeah, people come out here all the time. I can tell now. The matted pine trails where people constantly walk on it. Yeah, you can see the line quite easily. Beautiful place though. Got to be something about that outcropping. I mean, I was trying to speed my way over there and they saw us. They came from all the way across on the other side and stopped right next to where I'm trying to get to. All I want to do is just take a closer look, that's it. Finally made it. Finally got our chance. About the time I was able to come over here and look. Dang, bro. Dang, look how crowded it is down there, guys. Would you look at that? A lot of cool things about living on a lake. Well, that is if the waters are up. Wonder what it's going to be like out here in the next 500 years, 1,000 years, you know? 4,000. 8,000. Looks like we got something forming on top of us. Had the sun blocked for the past 40 minutes. It's the largest, darkest cloud out here right now compared to all the other ones. There's the world famous Fields Landing way down there in the center. Dang, you can see all the t-shirts right now. A lot of color up in there. All the vehicles. Fields Landing Park. Seems like somebody named James Fields landed over there back in probably 1841 or something like that, 1903. That's probably how it got its name. Got to Google that thing. Hey, that rhymed. No relation to Josh Fields. Who knows? We might be surprised. Boy, they're having a blast over there. That place is jam-packed. Insanely inaccessible over here on this side. I think this is like the 4th backup zone in the past mile. Let's just say 3/4 of a mile where it's been completely inaccessible. Beautiful out here. Quite the vacation. 1 day left, that's tomorrow. Ooh, looks like they got some rain up there. I could tell because of the white clouds over there are outlined with purple. That means it just got finished storming up there. I can easily tell. I'm an amateur meteorologist. Hey, that one over there is raining right now. What you know about that? Kind of crazy how there's no place to get out on the right hand side over here. Almost the entire way. Get out, stretch the back, get off the sciatic nerve. Except for that one little backup zone from about a couple hours ago. It's exactly what I needed. But it's real scenic through here. Ain't nothing like laying your eyes on something for the first time you haven't seen before. In a place we haven't been to. Look guys, there's a guy on his kayak. Wonder what that means up here. 47E. Boy, that goes in there deep. Here come the waves. Got to get ready for this one. Dang, look at that. We're about to get hit. See if I can get this bottle before it comes over this way, before it shows up. More opportunity to try to get out and stretch the back, stretch the legs a little bit. There's that sign again. Another one. 83 this way, 84 that way. Is that 84 miles? It can't be. Lake Altoona is not that long. Saw a sign over here behind us to the right, up on this land. Dang, check that out. You're looking at about 45 to 60 years of backup. This trucker goes back at least 150 to 200 feet, and you can't even access it. That's crazy, man. Imagine how much garbage is backed up over there. I mean, it's easy to clean whatever in the wintertime when they lower the waters, when it's nothing but sand out here, sand and debris. But I know what happens. I know exactly what happens when they lower the waters. All this stuff floating on top gets pulled down and redistributed all the way through here. Dangerous, man. Hey, look what I just found. But who hasn't found this before? In this one spot. Bricks just can't float up like that. You know what that means? Old home site, possibly up in here. Good find for today. Yeah, this had to be an old home site right here. Because I can tell from the tree. Not only the brick over there, they also had a couple of little tiny shards of white china a little bit further up on the hill at the base of the tree. But this is like one of those typical large trees that you find at old home sites. Look at the branch right there. It made it look like some kind of signal, like in the kind that you always see at old home sites. Unfortunately, this one's pulled down. Probably a white oak, probably lived to be at least 105 years old. Probably fell down 35 years ago. 25. Yeah, that's one of those typical low-hanging branches that's at a particular angle parallel to the ground. You know, where the grandkids always tie the swing to that we always like finding. There's the stem right there. Massive. Good find for today. Too bad it's pulled down though. I mean, if this thing was alive and well today, and we saw that thing from a distance, with that branch the way it is, large tree out here like this, we wouldn't have known something was up over here. Old home site. I think that's the old road right there. There's like a level spot right there. Might come out later to explore the lands when there's less people out here. Could be more out here. Good discovery. And that's quite the gamble right here. It's a bag of garbage up here. You think I should get it? With these kind of waves, man, they're going to beat us down. How am I even going to balance? I mean, there's no way, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. I know there's nothing like cleaning heaven. But these waves are never ending out here. Man. And the second I get closer, try to grab it, somebody's going to blow right past us. Yeah, I couldn't get it. There was no way. Surprised I didn't get a hole in the kayak. Surprised I didn't get flipped over. They came over here a couple of times and did nothing but circles through here. Created a lot of roughness within the waves. That's all right though, we'll try to get it later. At least I tried. Trying to think about what I want to do. You think I could take the corner? Go straight to that side. I don't see any boats coming, but you know how this works with us. Da Vinci's Law. It's exactly the same as Murphy's Law. The second I try to go for it, there's going to be 5 boats and 2 jet skis coming around that corner right there. We can't hear them yet, but we'll definitely be seeing them come around that corner right when I get to the middle, when there's no turning back. Same thing down here. Let's make a run for it. Let's go. Of course I made it. Perfect timing. Got the boats and the jet skis coming. What do I do to myself out here trying to cross a major waterway so I can get off the back? Boy. Dang, what the heck is that? Humongous inner tube or something like that, some kind of flotation device. All right, about dang time. This is the easier side to get off of. Kind of. Oh, dang. Boy. It's amazing what can get backed up in less than a year. 8 months to be exact. Would you look at that stash? You talk about a danger zone. I don't have to wait until like August and September. Well, they close the boat ramp in September, first week. I'm gonna have to wait until August to get all this. Man. Well, the waters are a little bit too high. There's no place to step out. You can see. Man, what a mess. I need to go take a look at something. There's something extremely strange over here. And now I'm gonna leave that ball. Gotta leave them for the little ones out here. All sorts of wildlife that like to play with it. You know, like the fish. They bump it around, roll it around in the water. Let the spirit of the land play with it. The little ones out here. But there's something way over there. It doesn't look quite right. It's humongous and it's floating. It doesn't look like a log. It's like an off-white gray color. Hold on, let me get this can. Of course, it's full. It's full. And we've been hitting it right with the full expired cans. I think we're up to 3 or 4 so far this year. Yes, that thing right there. Sorry, I know, I'm sorry. Always gotta apologize to them, man. I don't like scaring them. Heck, I don't like scaring anything. But that thing right there, what the heck is that? That thing is gargantuan. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Hey, there's a door. That's the door that was up in that first cleaning spot. I mean, it was the last cleaning spot last year. I wonder where that thing went. It's down here. It's the only thing that I left behind up there. It got moved down here. Artistic. I even stood on that thing when it was up in the woods. What you know about that? I was about to say, when I didn't see it, I thought somebody pulled it on out, Da Vinci style. But it just ended up down here.